Jorge, who was in, a lot of guys met in Aruba. Did you go to meet in Aruba a lot?
No.
Because they left Colombia and they were meeting in Aruba. And I know the attorneys out of New York and Miami that met there, they were trying to figure who I was. And they were meeting in Aruba, but they all met there. And they were trying to figure out, you know, because we took a load off. We let the load go out of Atlanta, and then they went down to Miami area, and they busted 3 carloads of stuff down there. We had 755 pounds. But anybody take the heat off, we were trying to figure out, or they were trying to figure who was the guy. And it boiled down, it was me or the foreman I had at that time was the Lloyd Ship. And then we just funded the pilot off.
Right.
As an agent, I had a friend of mine, Mike Leonard, out of Minnesota. Mike was our pilot, along with Lloyd Ship. But it's one of the first loads they let us come out. You know, legally, they got a lot of paperwork to get the load out. We brought the load out, and but anyway, we just when I went to Barranquilla, which I wasn't supposed to go. But anyway, I met Harold, and they had the 6-toe, and then they had some general with all this stuff on, in a place in Barranquilla, and it was pretty obvious that we weren't the bad guys. Otherwise, why would we go to Colombia? It would be crazy. So we said just, well, the pilot must have been the leak, and that's what they said. Well, that's what the attorney said. There had to be a leak with the warrants they took off in Miami. Must have been the leak of the pilot. So we arranged a fake murder on the pilot. I had Mike roll around in the mud, took some pictures, and then when I met the Italians, and I showed them the pictures, and that he was dead. We did a mock funeral and everything else. It was kind of a lot of fun, but they wanted paying for it. You know, they said, well, I'll take care of the hit, and they paid me for the thing. So it was comical.
So you stayed undercover for a lot of years.
Well, just a couple years. You know, it was like 2.5 years, but at that time I think it was 18 months. We were going back and forth.
So did they ever find out that when you came out of undercover, when you arrested them, or when
you know what? I tell you, one of the better days I had when they found out. We had trial anyway. About a month went by, and Harold, of course, was going to have the M19 break them out and all that stuff. They escorted them different ways to court every day. But anyway, after about a month or so, or a month and a half, whatever, they asked the judge, Judge Tidwell was the chief judge down there.
Yeah.
Great guy. And what they did, Jorge, they asked the prosecutor. I had 5 prosecutors, and they had, you know, a flock of defense attorneys. They asked Judge Tidwell if they could take a break, that they wanted to talk to me. And it was kind of interesting because they went to a back room. They had all them lined up all around, marshals all in there, 26 of them. And all they wanted to do was just me to come in. And we worked undercover a lot of these guys for years, and some of them got life without parole. And they just want to shake my hand, say, hey, we had a good time together, and you got me the right way. Well, you know, instead of going down framing or whatever, I don't play that stuff. But they just want to, including Harold, you know, just want to shake hands and say, you know, thanks, nice job. And I say, yeah, good guy, bad guy, and that was it. No hard feelings. But
yeah, and you know, that's the message that I really want to get out, because that's not the message the media does. You know, the media, if it bleeds, it reads, and they love to divide people and make it all look bad. And it's sad, because I can just, if I'm a police officer, I'm there risking my life to keep a neighborhood safe, and you're talking me bad. But I think that the thing that with us was that we knew it was nothing personal, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, the minute that I was arrested, those guys were my friend, you know?
Yep.
And I tell people, you know, I never looked at you guys like you're my enemy. You're just my opponent. It's like a chess game,
exactly.
Right?
Good guy.
And none of it was personal. And I tell people, yeah, there might be, you know, when Comey and all that FBI stuff was coming out and the president was saying how the FBI was all crooked, I said, look, there might be, there's no doubt, but there's thousands and thousands of agents that are straight shooters.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
They're going to get you. There was a lot of times that you guys could have got me the wrong way, but no one did.
Yeah.
They waited, and it's got to be tough for an agent to see someone getting away.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the money, living their life, but you do it the right way. You go to bed at night, and I never had any second thoughts, and then, like I said, I consider you guys my friend, and we have a relationship, and it's something that the world needs to know, that it's just not this black and white, you know.
Yep.
You know,
it's interesting, too, without giving a name, I still have 2 or 3 people that I still communicate in the area here that went to prison. I put in prison. They're very successful. All 3 of them are multimillionaires now. They've done very well in business, every single one of them. Proud of them, you know. They used to call me from prison, write letters and so forth. But they come out and they one of the few to make it. Most go back, as you know.
Right.
But like yourself, I'm proud of you, Howard. You did a good job getting scored away, because you were doing a lot of drugs.
Yeah, people are like now that forever people say, why don't we never hear about you? And I'm like, that's because I did a good job. I didn't want you to hear about me.
That's right, you know.
I wanted to stay undercover, man. I said until the big snitch Google came out, I
Yeah.
just wanted to be a college professor and have a bunch of pretty girls beg me for an A.